Sir?
What the f are you doing?
Sir,
Dude,
sir.
Let go of my phone, man. Sam! Forged me, threw me down on the ground.
maybe
Out of
it's
the road
fine, I
here.
don't know.
Put his knee in my throat, literally had me down on the ground.
We know cops are meant to ensure our safety. However, the reality is that some may stray, causing injustices to the ones they are meant to protect. But in this compelling narrative, the unsung heroes, the good cops, step up to combat the wrongdoing of the dirty cops. Did these dirty cops have it easy because of their authority and power in their department? Was there some revenge plot for exposing their wrongdoing? Or, in a complete twist, have we mistaken the actual good cop for the bad cop without knowing the complete story? Let's find out in today's video, where authorities play the real-life version of good cop, bad cop. Our first tale on the list unfolds in Tennessee on December 11, 2022. Jeremy Payne, a First Amendment auditor who had recently faced housing instability, found himself residing in a motel. He, along with his wife and 5-year-old daughter, were pushing their shopping cart through the Springfield neighborhood when a bag of candies accidentally slipped from their cart right in front of the home of Metro Nashville Police Detective William Thorogood. While off duty at the time, William believed that the bag dropped was discarded trash. Within no time, he flashed his badge and requested that the family pick what he believed was a trash bag right away. Without any resistance, the family promptly picked up the bag. The incident could have ended right here as a simple encounter, but this is where Jeremiah started doing something slightly unnecessary. Jeremiah randomly began recording the encounter on his phone and asked for Williams' name and badge number. This might have been random and unnecessary, but it brought out the true colors of William.
Yeah, it's her candy. I apologize. It fell
Get
out.
on your knees, put your hands behind your back. Sir?
What the f are you doing?
Sir,
Dude,
sir.
Let go of my phone, man. Sam!
He charged at Jeremiah, grabbed his phone away, and tackled him without any provocation. You can also hear his poor daughter crying to her daddy in the background. William continues to call the cops.
Stop.
No!
You tried that.
Okay.
Call the cops, they're not gonna do nothing. Because I didn't do nothing wrong.
The authorities arrive soon and ask them about the dispute. That's when Officer Begley arrives at the scene. Officer Alyssa Giannatio and Officer Brown continue to point out William's mistake, while Officer Begley is not that convinced. But William was giving a different story. By the time the cops arrived, William realized that he was knee-deep in trouble. He knew he was wrong and tried to play off the whole incident as a fun encounter. As you'll soon witness, the officer steps in to defend Jeremiah in front of William. However, according to Section 3914.502, active littering, and Section 3914.504, criminal littering, Jeremiah did not do anything punishable. Officer Brown assures that he will file a comprehensive report with all the incident details. Nevertheless, he suggests it might be constructive to resolve the matter through conversation to prevent Jeremiah from pursuing any charges. William even tried bribing Jeremiah with $80 to prevent him from posting the video online. The irony. However, Jeremiah did not press any charges, but the video, however, you know how that went. Moral of the story, never bribe. Moving on to our next video, which went viral in the year 2019.
Never get disrespectful with my officer. Go from your
Do what you gotta do.
I know what you're thinking. You bet this is a staged video, don't you? But this is where you're completely wrong. What you saw was an absolutely real encounter where a police officer grabbed another female police officer by the neck after she had intervened to prevent him from carrying out a certain action. What was she attempting to prevent? Let's find out. The incident unfolded on November 19, 2019, when law enforcement responded to an incident at a Stop and Save convenience store at Sunrise. The call was regarding a suspect named Jean Bernard Similian, who had reportedly engaged in physical assaults on multiple individuals outside the store. The suspect had been handcuffed and placed into a cruiser already when Sergeant Christopher Police came in.
No, he doesn't want in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Police stormed towards the suspect with a pepper spray can and began using abusive language when the unidentified female officer yanked him by the belt away from the suspect.
Get again.
By the time Sunrise Police Sergeant Christopher Police arrives at the squad car, the suspect is handcuffed and in the vehicle.
Look at me, you want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers, I will remove your soul from your body.
That is when another officer intervenes and tugs at the sergeant's belt.
Police turned and put his left hand on her throat before shoving her back against another police cruiser. She tries to calm him down, but he shuts her out.
Don't ever touch me again. Sir. Get the off me.
Sir. Just let it be.
What a disgusting event. Chief Rosa relieved the sergeant of his supervisory responsibilities and ordered an internal affairs investigation. Sunrise Police Sergeant Christopher Police was hit with the counts of felony battery on a law enforcement officer, tampering with evidence, assault on a law enforcement officer, and assault on a civilian. However, he pleaded not guilty in his first hearing. Police has since bonded out of the Broward County Jail, according to jail records.
Cop bonding out of jail and running away from our cameras.
In the event of a conviction, the state's attorney statement indicates that the potential maximum penalties would be as follows: 5 years of imprisonment in a state prison for felony battery on a law enforcement officer, 1 year for assaulting a law enforcement officer, and 60 days for assault on a civilian. I'm very proud of this police officer. She took some definitive action. I can only imagine what she must be feeling. She's a newer officer, and he's a very senior sergeant, the top cop had said about our unidentified star. Unfortunately, the age-old issue of racism and discrimination against black individuals has taken the top spot. However, in this peculiar turn of events, our officer faced an unexpected twist as his fellow colleagues stepped up to confront his mistakes. Continue watching the video to find out what we're talking about.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground right here! Get on the ground! You! Burgundy shirt! Get on the ground! Do you not listen? Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Public Safety Officer David Lance Dukes arrived on the scene in response to a distress call from a female resident. She reported the unsettling presence of Clarence Gaillard, a 58-year-old from Orangeburg, who was aggressively attempting to gain access by banging on her door and windows. The caller further conveyed her concern, alleging that Gaillard had a firearm tucked into his waistband of the denim shorts he was wearing. As you saw, Gaillard's hands remained visible throughout the encounter, providing no indication that he posed an immediate threat of using a firearm. He was doing as instructed, but was moving slowly and carefully because he had pins and rods in his leg from a previous injury. David Dukes is seen putting his foot on the back of Gaillard's head and shoving it to the ground that resulted in an injury. More cops arrived soon. When officers arrived, they found Gaillard in the parking lot holding a stick wrapped in shiny silver tape that he uses for protection from aggressive stray dogs.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep, they slammed my head
Listen.
down on the cement. Yep.
Gaillard is seen repeatedly stating that he slammed my head on the cement. Officer Duke understands his mistake and desperately tries to cover it up by making silly lies to his colleagues. Officer Duke says his hands were in his pockets, which is a lie. He attempted to persuade them by expressing his fear of being shot, which he believed justified his actions. However, Gaillard continued to charge Officer Duke with first-degree assault and battery. "Every time I look in the mirror, I see the scar on my forehead, and it's not okay," said Gaillard in court. Dukes was fired 2 days after the incident. After reviewing the body cam, the state agency determined that Dukes' actions were likely to produce death or great bodily injury, according to recent sources. Gaillard received a settlement for $65,000. These were our top picks for some real-life good cop, bad cop drama. Do you want to see part 2 of this topic? Let us know in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel to never miss a video from us.